Hey, you're watching TechWiseTV at Cisco Live here in Orlando.
Well, hello and welcome. My name is Rob Boyd. We are here. It is TechWiseTV Live at Cisco Live. It's that one time a year they let us play with the bigger studio. We get to have a lot of fun and we get to go pick a few stories that we think are worth diving into and just getting some more information out of them. So, well, we turned to an old friend and I thought, Faraz Aladdin, who we've done so many Cisco Lives with before. You guys are not shy at the show here. You got a lot of stuff that's been coming out. First of all, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good to be back here.
Well, it's good to have you, especially because the world keeps changing.
Yes.
And I think, but I don't know if it's changing and you guys, no, I think you guys are changing a lot of it. Run through me, if you will, run through for us, what is kind of the big things that you guys have brought here this year that you're most proud of?
Great question. Thanks for having me over here. So, as you know, as you mentioned, the world is always changing. We see so much new technology coming in, and Cisco has got some fantastic technology that manifests itself in its products and solutions. And one of the things that we wanted to do at this Cisco Live is demonstrate and showcase that technology, not necessarily just in the form of a product, but how problems are solved using the technology. So if you go to World of Solution this year and you look at the demonstrations that we are showing, they're not necessarily around just a product. If you look at it, you will see 5 themes, and these are the 5 themes that we collected from our customers. These are the top of mind for them. Each one of them either solves a problem that they have in their organization to improve productivity, or it's enabling some new businesses for them. So if you go to the World of Solution, you'll still definitely see the products that make it happen, but you're going to see the demonstrations and the technology centered around certain themes that I believe is a right way for our customers and
Cisco. You went and asked customers, you said, let's figure out, you surveyed, as we're so good at doing.
Correct.
We say, what are the top problems we need to solve?
Exactly.
And then you map it through to make it easy to begin saying, well, here's how we break that down for you.
Exactly. I'll give you an example. Our customers always tell us, as networks are growing, more and more number of devices are coming in, networks are becoming a little bit complex to manage. They are looking for IT simplification, ease of use, ease of operation, and you will see that as one of the themes. Something else we hear from our customers, how do I enable new revenue services? How do I do something different and add new revenue streams to my business?
Oh, that's a different twist, yeah.
We are going to show you that under a theme where you will see enabling mobile and knowledge workers. How do you actually take the power of, let's say, mobile, location, and analytics, combine them to give you a strategic advantage in your business, whereby you can enable new services, increase new revenue streams, and things of that nature. So the World of Solution this year is new in terms of how we are demonstrating Cisco's technology and solutions.
So tell me a little bit, let's get specific, because I think that's a nice way to put it, and I like the fact, because this is an engineering level event though, if someone wants to just jump to products and technologies, and we certainly like to talk about them here, and you guys are always good about giving us an advanced look at them. We've got shows coming out this week with some of those details.
That's right.
But I want to hear from the source. Tell me, because I noticed, so yesterday there was a press conference, you guys made some announcements.
That's correct.
I saw our friend Sean Wargo rolling out something undercover, and I know
That's
what
right.
it is, but he had the black shroud covering some new items.
That's
surrounded by tough looking guys in sunglasses. What was he announcing, and what else?
Yeah,
what else was
so
that
yesterday we announced a very big platform that is Catalyst 6800. And
a whole new
those,
series, it sounds like.
Yes, it is a platform that is built on the Catalyst 6500, the workhorse of the enterprise industry. It has been around for more than a decade. And 6800, think of it as a next step in the evolution. We are taking 6500, keeping all the goodness, the richness, and the investments people have made, our customers have made, both hardware, software, as well as operational consistency, and then taking it to a new level to increase the amount of services people need in this mobile world, increase the density, and go to Ethernet speeds of 40 gig and 100 gig. So all the goodness of 6K, as you see it today, marching it into the next decade, a platform that's going to be around till 2020.
Now that's a chassis switch, but you guys also have come out with some updates and new stuff in the stackable area too.
That's correct. So you're going to see a brand new 6800 chassis. The good thing is you have full investment protection of all the line cards, supervisors, service modules that you have today in 6500.
Good.
We have scaled up the platform. We have also right-scaled the platform for certain environments which are space constrained or where maybe smaller needs, but the services are still the important part. So that's the 6880. 80. And then there is also a stackable flavor you will see in that works in conjunction with the mother switch. And you can think of that as the campus effects, if you will, some concept that people might know from the data center. We call it instant access. So that's the whole portfolio, the family, which was a 6800. And it was under guard. It was under lock and key until yesterday, till we had the press event.
Well, and the crowds have been really hanging out at your booth. And in fact, so guys, one of the things that we can't have TechWiseTV without having Jimmy Ray. And we sent Jimmy Ray out to start looking at getting some details. And so Jimmy Ray, if you're ready for us, I don't know how much you're able to pay attention to what Faraz is saying, because I can see that you're distracted and you're getting into some details there. What are you doing?
You know what, man, I'll tell you what, Rob, there is one thing in Cisco that fires me up the best, besides lunch, is the wireless stuff. Man, I love this stuff. And you know, when I came here, one of the first things I wanted to look at was really the customer experience, right? What are we doing to actually extend wireless out? Because at this point, we're not necessarily looking for, you know, how are we actually providing access to everybody? We're doing that automatically, right? People expect that from us. So I came over to the booth and I'm like, Jameson, you got to tell me, dude, what we have going on here to actually extend the customer experience out and make shopping, make working a lot more personal for them. Jameson, dude, what do you got going on, man?
We got mission critical wireless here today. So what we got is we have a new redundancy feature in our controllers. We're actually to copy the primary controller's memory over to the backup. So we used to have a failover time, maybe 30 seconds, 20 seconds when a controller went down. We're now showing sub-second failover for applications. So if you're in a hospital and you got a voice call, or you're doing heart surgery, you need that controller to fail over quick. You need those data services to stay up. We have manufacturing plants that go 24/7. They can't have an outage. You know, so that's exactly what we want to highlight and showcase today. So what we're doing, we got stateful switchover, which means we're copying everything from the primary to the secondary. We're actually able to fail that over. So what I've done previously is I did a failover. I forced a failover, powered off the controller. Our actual failover time was 2 milliseconds.
Holy smoke!
And when you're doing a client ping, you don't even see a client ping drop at all. It stays continuously up. The user never even notices that an interruption was there.
Yeah, you can see it right here. It's got this nice flow right to it. Now you're not noticing anything. Now obviously you can see it's booting.
That's our backup. Our primary controller went down. It's rebooting right now, and the backup is actually taking full control of that. And
that
it has
is amazing.
All the information and everything.
Excellent, excellent. And so nobody ever loses a session, none of that good stuff.
And all the administrative control is still there too, because you can get to the secondary controller, check out what went wrong, and even reconfigure anything you need. So it's not like the whole network goes down from either the user perspective or the administrator. Both stay up. You get your user and administration both at the same time.
Well, it's interesting because the one thing that we've noticed about wireless is that it long ago left a good idea and kind of an accessory type of thing to being really a mission critical topology we have to have. And when we walk in any place, I mean, the first thing I do is I pull my phone out of my pocket here, and I always try to check and see, you know, what kind of connectivity do I have? What kind of access do I have? And the most important thing is so now I've got connectivity, what else are you offering me? And if I can actually personalize that experience and make it a little more intense, and you're saying that obviously we've got the redundancy and reliability here, what else does it take to make that experience happen?
Some of that experience also has to do with Bonjour. So right now we're actually mirroring our display over to this Apple TV that we have. So different services, like you want to come in, do a meeting, present, you don't have to plug in anymore. Not even your HDMI cable, not the VGA cable. You're actually able to present from your iPad or your Mac, whatever you want, onto that monitor seamlessly. You know what I mean? Really about unwiring both the data experience, but also all the other services you want to do. What if you want to come into a building and print? You don't want to go on and find the closest Ethernet jack. It'll automatically, you know, Bonjour allows you to find that closest printer as well. That's some of the other services that
that's pretty cool because as big as Cisco is, and as big as a lot of companies and stuff that are interested in the product, one of the things that I like about this whole connected experience, probably the best, is that let's say that I have to go from here, Orlando, and actually go to an office in London that I've never been at, and I got to go to a telepresence meeting and stuff. The situational awareness, it'll actually know where I'm at, direct me to the right place I need to go, like I've been there forever. I can walk in, you know, confidently and stuff, and it looks like I know what I'm doing, when most of the time I don't.
Yeah, well, we all pretend we know what we're doing. Come on, that's it. Right? It's just like, you know, get off a plane, your time zone automatically changes on your phone. It's the exact thing that happens when you enter, you know, a different building. You'll get that different user experience wherever you are.
Very, very cool, man. Well, it's interesting to see what you guys have accomplished and setting up this whole wireless piece and obviously making this a lot more personal for all of us and stuff. I mean, I love our wireless stuff, man. You know, I get you guys on the show or we'll do anything with wireless. That is, man, right in my belly.
Those are the cool devices. Everybody wants the iPad mini, the Android devices. Nothing's coming with Ethernet anymore but the AP. That's the only thing, you know. So and voice phones as well. You know, they're going wireless with Jabber and all the unified communications. So people are just unplugging.
You know, it's interesting because it really does set up a different paradigm, doesn't it? Because normally, from the wired side, we're always looking at deploying speeds, faster, more capacity, and people are willing to trade off capacity, you know,
for mobility and services, and that flexibility of what you get with wireless, agreed.
Exactly.
Because when you're changing your desk, you're stuck there. But when you're going meeting to meeting, you got your iPad and Android device out, you got all the info you need with you, along with the connectivity you need with you. That's the real important we see with the wireless part.
And this is the infrastructure that makes it all happen.
Absolutely, Cisco infrastructure.
Jameson, it's always a pleasure to have you on, brother.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Appreciate it, man.
Take care.
Back to you, Rob.
Hey, can you hear me okay, Jimmy Ray?
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, I just want to fault you. I'm just going to call it right out right now. I think you're cheating because going to talk to Jameson doesn't require a whole lot of effort.
Well, that's true. That's true. You're right, man. Jameson's CCIE Wireless. He's one of our best guests we have on the show. But yeah, I cheated a little bit. But I thought folks at home, they'd want to see Jameson, not, you know, just kind of...
It's nice to get him out of the lab once in a while because he's always doing it. Hey, I tell you what, so one of the things that's going to be a little bit different here, since we're doing a best of, I've got my friend Faraz, and you know we never go wrong with him either. He's staying here with us. I'd like to see if you could go over and find a partner and get a partner technology so we can get a different angle on some of the stories we're talking about that you think are important from the show floor. I'll talk to Faraz a little bit. We'll look and make sure you're ready to go before we come back over to you, but you think you can dig something up for us?
Yeah, are you kidding me, man? If you want a partner technology, there's only one technology here, one partner that I really want to interview, Plixer, baby. That's where we're heading next.
Okay, Plixer it is then. We'll tease that now. I'm going to talk to Faraz and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
You got it, buddy.
So, let him go get set up and such like this. Jameson brought up some interesting points, and as we get into the wireless side, I think that is interesting because it is not really that long ago where you guys have really changed how we think about mobility and what can be done. You know, we blur the lines between the wired and the wireless.
That's correct.
Where do you think that's going, and does that play into your notion when you were talking about enabling the business to do new revenue streams? What would you cite?
It absolutely is. So if you think about it, wireless went from being a technology of convenience to a mission-critical technology. Today, wireless is no longer just for convenience, and everybody uses mobile technology. There's hardly a day or time that goes by that you're not connected to some form of a network through your mobile device or
if I'm not, I'm mad.
That's exactly my point. And our customers realize that because for them, in their businesses, they realize that their customers are using the mobile technology. How do they actually take advantage of that? How do they monetize it? If you are a company and you are seeing mobile technology in use by your customers, what can you do to enable new revenue services? Or maybe do certain things that you're doing in a better way that your customers are happier?
So it could be something specific.
I'll give you an example. So yesterday, actually, Rob Soderberry in his session talked about one of the things we have done in the hospitality industry, where we have worked with Bellagio was the example. Now imagine you go to a restaurant or you go to a place like Bellagio or a hotel. It's a big place.
I can easily imagine.
And I tend to get lost. I don't know about others. What Bellagio has done is something really very cool. They have taken up the aspect of taking the customer, connecting the customer with their business and how to move it forward. Let me walk you through a scenario.
Please.
So if you are a customer who has checked into Bellagio, you walk in and all of a sudden on your mobile device, as soon as you open it up, it says, do you want to connect to the Bellagio network? Now, once you connect,
and usually the answer is yes to most people. In other words, would you like more high-speed free bandwidth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Once you do that, the system knows who you are, you are checked into a certain room number, and where exactly on the property. It can point out with pinpoint accuracy where exactly you are.
So this is indoor location service.
This is indoor location service.
That just opened a whole
think about
new
it,
world.
what has happened here. There is location, mobility, analytics. These three come together to tell Bellagio exactly who you are, exactly where you are, and what kinds of things based on your loyalty preferences you might be interested in. So let's say if you're in the casino area, you have booked a show for 7 p.m. It's about 6 o'clock right now. and you are starting to walk towards your show. What if they sent you an offer? Hey, we're running a 50% off at this bar right now, happy hour drink specials, or we're running something off at some shopping area that they have. They are creating new revenue streams for their business. You as a consumer, as a customer, are being given opportunities to participate in offers which you otherwise would not have known or seen.
So you know what I like about that? Because I see this in two different ways. I see this as a way that the business is connecting with their customer in a unique way, leveraging intelligence they already have, but didn't have a good way to go use it and do something with it, right? So you're taking stuff you probably know because we've had loyalty programs for a while, but now we're extending it a bit more. But then there's a reverse too, because one, as a customer, I like it because you're serving me better. I'm getting directions, I'm getting discounts, and they're tailored to me, you're not wasting my time. But then you can reverse it now and it looks like, you know, part of what I give up, and I knowingly do this because I think it's part of what we live in, is I say, you know what? They can look in aggregate now, is what I'm hearing, and say, customers are hanging out in this area at this time of day. Or just before they go to the show, they tend to do these kind of things.
That's correct.
So now you can incent and build that traffic to maximize or monetize it more intelligently, yes?
Absolutely. In fact, if you look at a retail environment, retailers spend a lot of energy and resources just to get that data. Where do actually people spend time more? In which particular aisles or near which shelves? Now imagine having that information, knowing that Rob is in the store, knowing that Rob likes a certain thing, they can actually get you to that product with a nice offer.
You know, it's funny, so I don't know if you know this about me, but so I used to be a hotel manager.
I see.
So I used to, I was director of rooms for Westin Hotels. And so I was familiar with convention properties and as part of the revenue side of the house over rooms, we did housekeeping and valet. I would have killed for tools like this. Because the biggest challenge is that I was always dependent. I needed more automation because I might have loyalty information from Westin about certain guests that are staying in, but I couldn't manage those points of contact because how do I get that information in the hands of the bellman that's responding to a call that just came down and bypassed the front desk?
Exactly, exactly. You know? I mean, somebody who has that experience as a customer is going to become more loyal to you. They are going to be better served, and the company or the organization is actually going to be able to drive more revenue. It's a win-win for both. And there's many other examples. We think of this as just something that applies to retail or consumers. It's across every industry. In fact, it's very important even for businesses. I'll give you an example. We have a customer, a very large conglomerate, multinational, that started talking to us and saying that we have many different companies and we have hundreds of offices throughout the country. When one of our employees, they go to a new facility, they may not be working out of that facility, but they are doing some business in that facility. They're not used to it. They don't know where their meetings are. They don't know where everything is at. Now imagine you as an employee of that company, I as an employee of Cisco, if I go to my Iowa office or New York City office, I don't know where everything is, but I'm connected to the Cisco network. The network takes into account my credentials, the location, and then gives me services that I never would be able to find out. Where is that conference room, or where is that break room, or things, very little things, but these are all productivity.
Into that because it's given us something.
Exactly, productivity enhancement. So there are benefits on both. On the customer side, increasing the revenue streams, as well as increasing the productivity inside.
Excellent. Faraz, thank you.
Thank you
I want
very
you to
much.
stay here because we're not necessarily done per se, but it looks like Jimmy Ray is all set up. And I assume you're at the Plixer booth because you couldn't have spoken more highly about wanting to go there. And so I'm curious, what have you found? Anything interesting?
Oh man, at the Plixer booth, what are you talking about? There's always good stuff going on here, man. And I was actually able to grab Mike. Now Mike was fixing to go to lunch, got him in a headlock, and I said, look dude, we've got to go on camera and talk about some ABC on the Plixer stuff and really dig into the meat and taters of what's going on. So Mike, what do you guys have here, man? This is groovy.
Oh, thanks for coming by, Jimmy Ray. So what we're showing off here at the show is the Cisco AVC exports. So rather than looking at your interfaces of your network in terms of bytes, input, in bytes, out bytes. Yeah, so it's kind of old school. So what we're looking at now is with the MediaNet and the Cisco AVC, we're actually getting details on round trip time and trans-event packet loss. So I can tell you your interfaces that are seeing the most latency or the most packet loss, the most jitter, things like that.
Nice, nice. And I tell you, just kind of messing around with it, before we went on camera, I'm blown away about how much granularity that you have in this product. It's more than just pretty pictures. I mean, this is a phenomenally useful tool.
Yeah, thank you very much. The other thing I wanted to point out is the is that Cisco has made a transition from NetFlow to IPFix. So now what's happening is we're actually seeing exports. I'm going to go right up here.
Sure.
And under group. And Ben Pottle. I got a good example here. There we go. I'm just struggling a little bit to reach.
Hey, no problem, man. It always takes time to get the right thing, especially when you're live on TV in front of millions and millions of people.
Right.
I mean, it's just, surely you can't be a bit nervous. But yeah,
okay.
So
right there. So you're looking at HTTP host. Now this is one of the reasons Cisco had to move to IPFix because of the variable length string.
Yowza.
So now what you're getting is the hosts, the internet web HTTP hosts that people are visiting, and how much, and I can drill in to find out what users it is, how often they visit the site, Netflix, things like that.
Oh yeah, and you can see some people going to some sites they shouldn't be, so that's nice
right.
you can catch that.
That's
that
right.
That is very, very cool. Very cool. Wow, man, pretty impressive stuff.
And
what else do we have here? I don't want to let you go too quick here.
Okay.
But I just love the product, man.
Well, so one of the things that people tend to do is they want to look at their network in terms of the busiest interfaces.
Yes, yes.
But with the evolution of more detail, what we're seeing is maybe I want to look at my network in terms of show me the interfaces that are seeing the most jitter for voice over IP. So if I have 1,000 or 2,000 interfaces on my network carrying voice, these are the interfaces that are seeing the most jitter, or maybe the interfaces that are seeing the most latency.
Nice.
Rather than just bytes all the time.
Well, that's really important, especially as, I start wanting to do like a lot of Jabber and stuff like that across the wireless side. I want to make sure that if I'm depending upon that I'm really able to corral that jitter, because, man, that gets really, really fickle when it comes to doing this, from a wireless place. On the wired side, we got a little more control over it and stuff, but when you're broadcasting here in the open area, man, you're really talking about something completely different.
A lot of times, your network will be underutilized. It'll be under 50%. And you'll still have slowness, and you'll be like, well, why is that, And you look at those utilization graphs, they just don't cut it. So we really need details in our maps even showing us information such as, okay, well, here's my network connectivity. My links are underutilized, but I can see my latency within my application, or overall latency, or my packet loss is actually significant over this link. So map out your network in terms of latency and packet loss rather than just utilization all the time.
Nice, nice, very, very cool. Well, Mike, I definitely appreciate the time.
Yeah.
And I want to turn the camera real quick and actually give you my personal endorsement. I go on a lot of networking calls all the time and help design networks, and I'll be completely honest with you. I do not walk out that door without recommending Plixer being installed. It is a fantastic product. If you're an engineer out there and you really want that fantastic visibility, I cannot possibly give this a higher endorsement for any network out there. Rob, back to you, dude.
Thank you very much.
Jimmy Ray, I'm not going to let you off the hook just yet. Let me ask you though, so obviously you gave one of your endorsements, and those don't come lightly, so I hope that team fully appreciates what that means. But I'm curious, when you look at Plixer, and you're looking at obviously the visibility, and we've talked about them when it came to Cisco's AVC, and it becomes an element where they're taking some of the intelligence from the network that we're making available, and they're combining it with some other sources as well. But what's the one thing you would say as an engineer, Cisco hat off for just a moment, is you say, why should someone be looking at them, in your opinion?
Well, I would say that the way they're able to gather exports and just really mine the flitter out of that data. I mean, you're looking at just tons and tons of data. It's great that we support stuff like IPFix and stuff like that over on this product, but you have to understand when data's coming in at that high rate, I have to be able to really qualify it and quantify it to make it useful. A whole bunch of data that's not useful is no good to anybody and stuff. I think better than anybody, Plixer makes data useful. They make it the information that engineers want to see, how we want to expand and look at our network. That is the real advantage, I think, to this product, and that is why I absolutely get my highest endorsement.
Well, and I love the visuals and the fact, and Julie on your team over there capturing everything and staying right on the mark, does a nice job showing exactly how visual that product is, so you can get that feel at a high level, but then dive in to extract what you need to become actionable, as you said,
Yeah, she's good at following the meat and taters, what's going on, no doubt about it.
A classic. Okay, you finally worked that into the show. Well, Jimmy Ray, we'll free you up over there, but I'm going to say goodbye to everybody anyway, so actually, stay with me. Let's say goodbye. We'll keep us on camera here for just a moment. I want to thank our guest Faraz. I want to thank James, and I forgot the gentleman you were just with, but from
Mike.
Plixer. Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
From Plixer, and listen, what a fantastic show. It's fun doing them live, no?
Yeah, I love it. Are you kidding me? We got to do more of these.
It's like they can't mess up. Steve can't come back to us and go, let's do this again. Sorry, dude, it's already done, right? I love it. Anyway, hey, to our entire audience out there that's watching, we appreciate you being part of the show. I want to thank the crew behind the scenes. Please follow us on Twitter. The show hashtag that everybody's using here is #CLUS. We're all monitoring that so we know where the next drink special is. But we hope to see you around as we're here on the show floor, and if not, we'll see you online. We'll see you on the next show. We're going to do it all again tomorrow as well. For Rob Boyd, Jimmy Ray Purser, and all of our guests we have here, thank you so much for watching.